Interest groups represent the public or a group of organizations and perform various functions, including representing members' interests and issue positions, participating in policy debates, educating the public about issues, influencing policymakers, and monitoring relevant government programs. An interest group may be drawn together by the work done by members, such as teachers or factory workers, or by a shared trait, such as age, gender, race, or ethnicity. Members can organize to support an ideology, such as conservative economics, or by concern for an issue, such as protecting the environment. The fundamental premise of forming and joining an interest group is strength through numbers, based on the idea that a group representing many can have more influence than individuals speaking alone. Interest groups generally perform 5 key functions. 1. Representing their members' political, social, ideological, or economic interests and concerns. 2. Participating in policy debates through meeting with policymakers, legal actions, or public debate and advertising. 3. Educating both their members and the general public about their concern. 4. Trying to influence legislation and members of the executive branch, both directly and indirectly, by having their members contact lawmakers and other public officials. And 5. Monitoring government by paying careful attention to pending legislation, executive branch actions, and how policies are being implemented. There are 6 major types of interest groups: economic, public interest, government, religious, civil rights, and single-issue groups. Economic groups focus on representing the economic interests of their members. They can be further divided into business, labor, professional, and consumer groups. Some of these groups, such as a labor union like the AFL-CIO, represents individuals. Others represent a group of companies in a related field or industry, such as the National Association of Manufacturers. Some groups represent businesses in the same industry. Others, such as the Chamber of Commerce, include a number of businesses across a range of industries. Public interest groups are associations of individuals who have no economic interest in the cause that they work to advance, supporting such causes as good government and environmental protection. For example, Common Cause declares its goal in ensuring open, honest, accountable government, and the Sierra Club works to protect natural resources and wildlife. Ideological groups try to advance public policy that reflects a particular ideological position. Americans for Prosperity, for example, is a conservative ideological group, and People for the American Way is a liberal one. Government groups, like the National Governors Association or the United States Conference of Mayors, are formed by government officials or bodies that have common interests. They join together to try to influence policy that will affect them and their constituents. Religious groups, such as the National Council of Churches or the American Jewish Congress, form around shared religious background and values. Civil rights groups such as the NAACP, the National Organization for Women, or the Human Rights Campaign work to advance and protect the civil rights of all people or the rights of members of a particular group, such as women, African Americans, or the LGBTQ community. Single-issue groups focus on a narrow issue or related cluster of issues. Some focus on advocacy of a particular cause and are often very forceful in their advocacy. One of the most well-known single-issue groups is the National Rifle Association, a nonprofit organization focused on protecting gun rights. On the other side of that debate, the Brady Center to Prevent Gun Violence works to promote gun control legislation. Importantly, not everyone who benefits from an interest group will join the group. A free rider is someone who benefits from the actions of others without contributing or paying for membership. For example, a free rider would be an elderly person who gains from the AARP's lobbying on behalf of older Americans, but does not belong to the AARP.